AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today. golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
ProgressiveCommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yusuf. And Mr. Toby Tumpley. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. Bottom of this hour, so about 30 minutes from right now, Reagan Ricken will be here. A right-handed pitcher, signed with LSU here for the class of 2026. And earlier on Friday, Ricken announced publicly he's withdrawing his name from the MLB draft. He will be an LSU Tiger, so the second premier prospect in this class, joining Omar Cerna, the catcher out of Texas, to withdraw their name from the draft and announce they will be joining Jay Johnson's squad for 2026 at LSU. Again, Reagan Ricken will be with us here in 27 minutes from right now. Very much looking forward to that. When we were going to break there, and okay, my apologies on the sort of haphazard end of the hour as I was just getting this information. This news is about to break. Candidly, it's something that I've known for a good while. But it was something that the parties involved were hoping to wait for another announcement. But this has now been sent out to employees of Our Lady of the Lake. As you all know, Our Lady of the Lake is a championship health partner of LSU Athletics. They're a great partner of ours here as well on After Further Review and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and LouisianaSports.net. And Our Lady of the Lake has been in negotiations to be the naming rights sponsor of the new arena on LSU's campus. I will read this message. This comes from E.J. Kuiper, who is the president of the Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady Health System. I'll read this part of it for you. This is a generational project for the Baton Rouge community and economy. Clinical care, economics, and social circumstances all contribute to the health and vibrancy of our region. While no formal agreement, this is important, while no formal agreement has been reached, we have been in discussions as potential anchor investor for this project. As LSU's championship healthcare partner and the healthcare leader in the capital region, we are always looking for ways to invest in our community in meaningful ways that will help stimulate economic growth and ultimately create healthier, more vibrant communities. He notes in this message, we hope to celebrate with a large planned announcement after the agreement was finalized and the LSU board gave final approval to the project. However, due to a public records request, the news leaked sooner than we would have preferred. We wanted you to hear it from us first. Again, this was a note to employees. We wanted you to hear it from us first. We'll have more details as things develop in the coming weeks. For over 100 years, we've supported the Gulf region beyond exceptional healthcare delivery in ways that make a significant difference in the communities we serve. This initiative is another example of that commitment, and we look forward to working together to make this exciting vision a reality. So I think that's awesome. And I think it further underscores how interwoven Our Lady of the Lake is and the Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady Health System with LSU athletics and the campus. And I understand for a lot of people, it may be sort of ambiguous about how it all relates. But as we have started this partnership with Our Lady of the Lake, I can tell you it has been so impressive learning about not only the vast scope of the FMOL health system, like Our Lady of the Lake in Baton Rouge, Our Lady of Lourdes. I mean, this is a multi-state health system with standalone hospitals. Of course, the Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital in Baton Rouge, clinics, exceptional care in their investment, and it all roots from what the Sisters of the Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady have been rooted in throughout their entire existence. And it's so impressive. And there's things that I've learned that probably aren't appropriate for me to share here, and that's fine. But it's so validating of the incredible work and the charitable work that the sisters do. And so while, yes, of course, being partnered with a gigantic brand like LSU and LSU Athletics is so important for the growth of the health system and their ability to perform transcendent healthcare and research. No doubt, if you watch LSU athletic events on TV, you've seen the commercials about their groundbreaking sepsis research. I mean, that's all happening right here in Baton Rouge. It's amazing what the FMOL health system, and of course, the Our Lady of the Lake Regional Medical Center is doing for our city, our state, our region. But a giant part of that has been their relationship with LSU, caring for the student athletes, but also the students, and then all of the exceptional care that they provide in and around Baton Rouge. I mean, I've told you, my son is I'm struggling to find an appropriate word. I would say it's wild, but I mean, when I was in high school, I used to volunteer at the Ronald McDonald Playroom at the Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital when it was on the third floor of the Regional Medical Center there on Essen in Baton Rouge. And early in my professional career, I was involved in a lot of fundraising efforts as the fundraising was happening for the standalone children's hospital. The Driving the Future campaign. For several years, I emceed their gigantic OLOL fiesta at the governor's mansion. And now, like, my son is cared for at that hospital. It's a full circle thing, which strikes me a lot of times. So I'm walking living proof of, and I know so many of you are as well, of the benefit that Our Lady of the Lake has been. And this isn't, by the way, this isn't a commercial. Like, I don't mean for this to come off that way. I hope you understand. It's a very sincere endorsement of what that care has meant for my family. I know for many of you as well, but the partnership with LSU has been massive. And so this announcement is I think is fantastic. It's also validation that a new arena is coming. And that's a question we've asked for some time now. Like, is it actually going to happen? Are they actually going to build a new arena? And there's been a bidding process, and we've heard a lot of the stories about developers and all the conversations that are going on to get that thing across the finish line. And I know it's been public out there that 28 was the target to have a new arena open for basketball, the 28 season. I have no idea, by the way, timelines, how that's affected by these ongoing conversations. I would tell you, I genuinely have no idea if that's affected or anything like that. But I think this is awesome because this is going to be the first time that the naming rights of a building, of an LSU athletic building, have been sold. And I think it's like what I've been told about what's being planned, not just for that arena, but the whole space around the arena involving healthcare facilities and other things on that property. It's going to be transformational for our community. And Our Lady of the Lake being the title sponsor, the naming rights sponsor of that venue, is a massive part of what pushes that through. So I understand how in the letter that E.J. Kuiper sent to Our Lady of the Lake employees, making them aware before the news broke, there's maybe a hint of disappointment in that the news broke before they were ready. The news leaked before they were ready for it to. But I still think it's something that we should all celebrate roundly, like a rousing celebration. Because, I mean, if you just care about LSU athletics, the PMAC is old. It's the worst venue. I mean, the PMAC and Coleman Coliseum, but Bama's renovating Coleman, are the two oldest, worst venues in the SEC. And so you're going to have a beautiful new arena for the basketball teams. And I would presume maybe gymnastics and other sports will move over there. I know the conversations have been that, the PMAC will remain in use for some sports, like maybe volleyball. There'll be others, maybe practice facility, mixed-use coach's office, multi-purpose facility. But it'll be a centerpiece that you can show off in the way that you can show off the new box. Like, as much as the old box had so much charm, the old box was a dump. It was a 50-year-old stadium, like with porta potties in the outfield. Again, it had charm, but the program deserved an upgrade, something that was a showpiece, and you have that now. And you can recruit to it and use it for so many wonderful things and to attract other events. And this venue is going to be the same thing. But for something like that to happen, you have to have a sponsor willing to step up and be a naming rights sponsor. And Our Lady of the Lake clearly is deep in negotiations to do that. Again, nothing's final until there's board approval, but the story apparently is leaked. And so leadership at Our Lady of the Lake has let all of their employees know that this news is coming. And we were fortunate enough to get that information here as well, which I'm happy to share with you. And I got the okay to share it. But I don't think it's something that should be looked at any other way than a gigantic positive for what that means for LSU athletics, what it means for the LSU campus, for the city of Baton Rouge, for our entire community to have that type of facility, not just the arena, but everything that's going to be built around the new arena as something that's going to be transformative for our communities. So here, I think it's a great thing. So I don't. So I think maybe Muse asked me in the break when we were talking about, like, do we know what, or maybe what it's going to be called? I don't know, like, what the exact name will be. It's just that Our Lady of the Lake. Apparently, in some renderings, there are signs that say Our Lady of the Lake Arena. And it's some of what I've seen is phenomenal. It's awesome. I mean, it's what you would think if you're going to build this multi-use facility and over there, near where the box is, that part of campus, like across the street where the golf course is. I mean, it's going to be awesome. When it's complete. It's still a ways to go to get there, but apparently what's on the signage is Our Lady of the Lake Arena. Again, I don't know if that's going to be I don't know if that's going to be the formal name of it or what, but Our Lady of the Lake has apparently been deep in discussions for the naming rights of the new basketball arena, which I think is awesome. So when you need healthcare, go to Our Lady of the Lake. I mean, look how deeply supportive they are of everything LSU. The school, the university, and LSU athletics. I love that. They've been a great partner of ours. So that's what happened there at the end of last. So you can understand why when we were talking about Kelly Clarkson, what was breakaway, and My Life Would Suck Without You, when I was like, hang on.
Yeah, I know, for sure. Makes sense.
I need to address this here in the moment. So in any event. Okay. It's After Further Review. We're brought to you by First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. If you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. First South Farm Credit, you want to talk about doing great work. I mean, for more than 100 years now, since 1916, First South Farm Credit's done one thing: help Louisianians buy land. And I say that, I always say the year and how long it's been, because that's such validation. I mean, think about how many businesses come and go. When you've been in business for more than 100 years, more than a century, natural disasters, economic upticks, downturns, world wars, plural, and you're still here thriving, you've got it figured out, and that's First South Farm Credit. So if you're looking to buy that recreational property, maybe that acreage to build your family's dream home, like everybody in agriculture already knows what First South Farm Credit is, who they are, what they do. But it's firstsouthland.com. That's the website to start. Your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Firstsouthland.com. Firstsouthland.com. All right, it is After Further Review. You can email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways that you can get involved in the show if you want to do that. We will have, again, Reagan Ricken coming up with us here in just a few minutes, in 15 minutes to be exact. The LSU baseball signee who today announced he is withdrawing his name from the MLB draft. He will be an LSU Tiger. Giant win for Jay Johnson. Okay, let me knock out a break. We'll come back. I do want to talk. There's a preseason composite ranking that's been put together for LSU. Got some preseason thoughts on the Tigers as we are, the next time you hear us, after this hour on AFR. We'll be in Atlanta for SEC Football Media Days on LSU's day on Media Row and taking their turn at Media Days. So we'll see you then, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more about that as we continue on AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Watermark and the Renaissance, two amazing hotel properties in Baton Rouge. Watermark downtown, Renaissance Southtown. Hey, remember the Watermark Hotel in downtown Baton Rouge? Baton Rouge's premier hotel property. I'm telling you, man, weekend's upon us. If you love a Sunday brunch, if you've never done this, do this with your family one day. Call the Watermark, the Gregory there in the lobby at the Watermark, book a Sunday brunch and do it at the Watermark. Take your family downtown. Maybe it's you and your spouse, just the two of you. Go to church on Sunday, then go to brunch at the Watermark. The Gregory's right there in the lobby. It's beautiful. It's right there, this big open space in the lobby of the Watermark. There's so much natural light, all the white marble, the chandeliers. It's gorgeous. From the bar, you can look at the foot traffic there on 3rd Street in downtown Baton Rouge. If you're worried about parking, don't. If you're dining at the Gregory, it's always complimentary valet at the Watermark. Watermark Baton Rouge, right there in downtown Baton Rouge. It's Watermark Baton Rouge.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
That's how Muse is going to propose. Muse, Muse,
but it's a great song, man.
I'll go. What's the movie with John Cusack in the boombox?
Boombox is it's not Love Actually.
Actually.
I know it's Bob.
Somebody mess with me. I'll be your John Cusack. Muse.
Okay, that's what you'll be.
You go to her house, ring in hand. I'll have the boombox over my head, blaring "My Life Would Suck Without You." She'll come out, you're on bended knee, and you throw the ring at her.
Yeah,
tell me that's not romantic.
It's
Paulie, tell me that's not romantic.
Very romantic.
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Great song, though.
Tell you what, that Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, man.
Big fan of the pop singer?
Had a run.
Still not? What are you talking about? Had a run. That's still a jam.
I know, but she's not still doing music. That's what I meant.
At all?
No, she's doing like daytime
Well, I know
television.
she's got a show. That means she's not singing.
I'll look up when her last tour was. I don't think she's doing music anymore. We got more Kelly Clarkson coming to close out the show here.
All right. What else we got, Muse? Oh, do we have a little, what's the other one I like? Oh, you know which one I like?
What you want?
Miss Independent.
It's a good song. All right. We'll make that happen.
I like that one a lot. We'll lead into Reagan Ricken with Miss Independent. He'll be pumped.
You think he's ever heard that song?
Say anything. Thank you. Shout out to NPH, who just texted me. My high school English teacher, Ms. Heron, just texted me. Say anything. It was right there on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah,
if she was my teacher in high school, then you know she's old enough to know the name of that movie. Oh, I should not have just said that.
Come on. Why you gotta do
because
that?
Because I can. Because she terrorized me. Because she terrorized me for 2 years, but I love her dearly and I still do, and we're friends now later in life. So.
Kelly Clarkson's last tour.
Boy, I want to really hear it for that one.
Was 2019.
I want to really hear it for that one. When was the last album?
Last album. She has had residencies in Vegas since then, so I guess she's kind of doing
so she's still singing.
Her last album, was Chemistry in 2023. Okay.
So she's still singing.
Okay. 10th studio album. How about that? The original American Idol.
All right. Let's see. there is a news outlet now that has a story out about the naming rights to the arena. That website, however, has a paywall. We do not at LouisianaSports.net. So I know Hunt Palmer is getting that story posted over at LSN, LouisianaSports.net. That's how we refer to it internally right now. But you can go read it for free over at LouisianaSports.net. Shoot. All right. It'll be posted momentarily at LouisianaSports.net. If you missed my last segment, got word. This is something that, very candidly, I've known has been in the works for a while. But until something is done, it's not done and still not done. But via a public records request, there were some renderings that got leaked. A story leaked, and the story is now out. About naming rights for the new basketball arena, which will be the Our Lady of the Lake Arena, as they are in discussions. So, okay. All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. Again, Reagan Ricken will be here in just a few minutes. This is, no doubt, this is going to be something that will dominate conversation next week at SEC Football Media Days. Ross Dellinger, literally just minutes ago, published this story. House attorneys slam NCAA and power conferences over denied NIL deals. Issue legal warning about settlement. You might recall earlier in the week, Ross Dellinger, if you didn't see it, wrote a story citing sources about the number of NIL deals that have been denied through Deloitte, the clearinghouse. This reads, in a terse two-page letter sent to the NCAA and Power Conference officials Friday, Jeffrey Kessler, a co-lead House plaintiff attorney, along with Steve Berman, requested the NCAA conference retract a statement of guidance released Thursday from the College Sports Commission, presumably reinstated name, image, and likeness deals that the CSC has denied, many of them from booster-backed collectives. Basically saying, all the deals y'all denying now through the collective that were in state, you're violating the House settlement. We have all been under the impression that those collective deals under the House settlement were no longer going to be valid. That was the whole thing. NIL deals, as it were, the pay-for-play wasn't going to be valid. Everything would have to go through the clearinghouse. Well, they've been denying deals. The clearinghouse has, and now attorneys in the House settlement are like, I mean, we're not a month. This was January 1. Excuse me, this was July 1. We're 10 days into this. We're 10 days in to this new world. And you've already got attorneys going, you're violating the settlement. Buckle up, y'all. I ain't going nowhere. What a time. I don't have much more to add other than my feeling on this has always been market value is determined by what someone is willing to pay for something. And Deloitte can look at what they deem market value for certain deliverables, but if somebody, I mean, in a very literal sense, if someone is willing to pay something, that's what it's worth. Be it a baseball card is a picture on a piece of cardboard. But if someone imputes a certain value on it, that's what it's worth. And so a player playing college football at a certain place, even if the deliverable is a signed sheet of paper or an appearance, whatever someone's willing to pay for that is what it's worth. I mean, in a very literal sense, in a free market sense. So it kind of feels like this is all going to, undeniably somehow, some way, wealthy boosters that are willing to invest in the programs they support to keep them healthy and competitive will always find a way to make sure that their programs stay healthy and competitive, however it may be. Okay, it's after further review. We'll stay on time. We'll come back from this break. Reagan Ricken, LSU baseball signee, who says, hey, MLB draft. Pah! He'll be here next, AFR.
AFR.
Man, if you're a business owner, you're heading into the weekend, maybe think, yeah, I had the weekend off. But you know what never sleeps? Your business. Your business never sleeps. Doesn't matter what industry you're in, you know that. A business is a living, breathing organism, like a baby. You never stop parenting your child. You never stop running your business. And if you're struggling to find ways to make your business its most efficient, then Glow Resources can help. They're a Louisiana company. Shout out to Jareth Knockan and the gang at Glow. Last week, when the Baton Rouge Business Report list, the top 100 private companies came out, Glow Resources in that number, and they've built an incredible business. But home base is still right here. And while they can help businesses by placing employees and jobs and companies all over the world, and they do, their corporate headquarters right there on Perkins Road next to Pennington. And home base is still where they thrive. So if you need to find the right people, you need Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
She fell in love. What is the feeling taking over? Thinking no one could open the door. Surprise, it's time to feel what's real. What happened to Miss Independence? No longer needs to be.
Muse jamming on a Friday. Normally Terrio's here and we're playing Nola Bounce. Somehow, I don't know how. I really don't know how it happened today. But we went down a Kelly Clarkson Connect the Dots.
Yeah, I don't even remember how we got there, but it started with Avril Lavigne writing Breakaway.
Like one lyric, we got another that led my brain to the song Breakaway. And I told Muse, do you know who wrote Breakaway? It was actually Avril Lavigne who wrote the Kelly Clarkson song. And then Muse said that was Kelly Clarkson's biggest hit. I said, I don't think that was her biggest hit. So she looked it up. I guess what it was. It was actually My Life Would Suck Without You. And so I said, let's just play some Kelly Clarkson bangers the rest of the day. And here we are.
Here we are.
And we're waiting on Reagan Rickett.
We are.
Is he going to get AFR mojo?
I really hope he doesn't, because I'd like him to be a great pitcher at LSU.
You know what's got great mojo right now is Kelly Clarkson, Miss Independent.
He does.
All right. You texted him? Okay, he's calling back. That's fine.
I
Go ahead. Do what you got to do. So, Reagan Rickett, if you missed the news earlier today, you can kill, I was going to say kill Kelly Clarkson, but you kill the
Let's
song.
not do that. Yeah, let's just turn the song off. That's what we'll do. Fade it out.
Someone will clip that and put it on the internet. No, I'm not out here trying to cause any bodily harm to Kelly Clarkson. That's an industry term. So we'll see if we can get Reagan. He's not answering the phone. Muse said that he got sent to voicemail. So we'll let you know if we get him. We'd love to have that conversation with Reagan Rickett. I think it's really significant. That's one of the guys who we talked about earlier in the week who has a draft decision to make, but he's a right-hander, quirky delivery, as I was told, an immediate impact guy out of the bullpen. But teams don't typically draft high projected bullpen arms. So for a guy like Rickett, maybe come to LSU, immediate guy out of the bullpen, work your way into being a starter, and then potentially a top of the draft guy throughout his career. But anyway, we'll let him tell the story if we can get him on the phone. So we'll see if it works out. No worries. If it works, great. If not, it's okay. We'll try. Well, I would say we'll try next week, but we'll be at SC Media Days next week. We'll figure it out. All right. Glad to have you aboard with us here. If you missed it again, just a bit ago, we did discuss this news. The naming rights for the new basketball arena, which it looks like is now being projected for 2029. For a long time, the target was 2028, but that as this has stalled out, it continues to go. But there was a Freedom of Information Act request, and as a result of that, some renderings of the new arena with the name Our Lady of the Lake Arena on it were leaked, and so the story got out there before folks at Our Lady of the Lake and the FMOL health system were wanting it to. Obviously, it would still need final board approval, and everything with the developer has still been sort of stuck in the mud as they don't even have a final deal yet. But I think that's super encouraging as we've talked about a high dollar naming rights deal, which supports LSU, but not just LSU. Once you see some of the renderings that are out there, not just for the arena, but for everything that's planned for that entire complex, it's going to be transformative. So, okay. All right. One second. Can you please just fill or do something for me, please?
Sure. Yeah. At least thought I could.
You're not doing a good job.
I was like, I blanked too. I'm sorry. My bad, man. Yeah. We're gonna get some LSU preseason rankings. They've had a composite. Kind of compare and contrast with Phil Steele. He was with us earlier on the show. If you missed,
Okay. Do we have time for that? Do we even have time?
Yeah, we have time for that. Why not? We had to do Ask Ryan at the end of the show, but we have time for the segment right now.
This has been a little disjointed, admittedly.
Well,
but it happens. All right. We did tease it, so we can do that now. There is a composite college football preseason ranking. So the Sporting News went and looked at all of the major who? I'm sorry. Muse, take this, please. I'm sorry. I just talk about the industry composite.
Yeah, I will. So yes, as Matt said, the Sporting News went around. You've seen how many different preseason polls, obviously, throughout the offseason here of college football, and they vary. So the Sporting News said, well, let's get 11 of them. The publications include the Action Network, Athlon, The Athletic, Bleacher Report, ESPN, 247, like on and on and on, on three, and try to compile a composite. Texas was your number one team in the nation composite-wise. Their lowest ranking in the poll was third. If you're wondering where LSU is, and it's not to bury the lead anymore, LSU came in at number 8. LSU's high ranking was 6. LSU's low ranking was 15. They did not note which poll had them ranked the highest, had them ranked the lowest. But number 8, which I think a lot of people, honestly, that makes a lot of sense as to where LSU would most likely slot in. If you're looking at this, if you're wondering where that has them in the SEC, that has LSU the third highest ranked SEC team. Behind only Texas, again, as we said, was number 1. And then Georgia. Georgia came in at 5. LSU's week 1 opponent, Clemson, came in at 4. So that's going to be a top 10 matchup, I think, as we all expect. But if you're looking composite and trying to figure out where the national feel for LSU is, where they might slot in, not only in the country, but even in the SEC right there, it's third. What's interesting is when we had Phil Steele on earlier in the show, Phil, like he does during football season, spent 2 segments with us in the first hour, and we just kind of previewed the entirety of the SEC, his all-SEC teams, all of that stuff, and again, some over-unders, but mainly his order of finish in the league. And Phil Steele was asked by Matt for his season prediction on LSU, and this is what he said.
I've got LSU coming in a 3-way tie for 4th in the SEC. I've got the big 3 at the top with Georgia, Texas, and Alabama. When I look at LSU, the games I have an underdog in this year are at Clemson, at Alabama, and at Oklahoma. So I'm looking at 9 wins for the total for LSU this year would be my preseason line. I believe the over-under is 8.5, so I'd be leaning towards the over.
So 9-3, Phil Steele has LSU going this season and 4th in the SEC, which again, if you're looking at this, preseason top 25 composite, LSU's the 3rd highest ranked SEC team. He mentioned he'd have them behind Alabama. Well, Alabama in this ended up at 9, so 1 spot behind LSU. Which that's going to be the toughest one, I think, for LSU fans listening to that and listening to us here. To deal with is Bama, because look, Texas ahead of you, okay, fine. Georgia, sure, those 2 teams played for Texas made the playoff 2 years in a row. Georgia and Texas played for the SEC championship a year ago. You look at Alabama, and the main question is, okay, who's going to play quarterback? Like, is Ty Simpson really going to author an Alabama team to go 11-1 and in the playoff and maybe win the SEC? I think that's really hard for a lot of people to grapple with if you're not just looking at the name on the front of the jersey, quite honestly there. But LSU, Matt, yes? Or nope? Okay. I didn't know if you were ready to jump back in there.
So LSU 8?
LSU was 8.
The composite.
That was the composite. Their high ranking was 6. Their low ranking was 15.
It's probably about where I figured most would be. Most would have them. A little surprised. I know Phil Steele had him at 11. I saw that, which is a little surprising to see him outside of the top 10. My contention on LSU has been, will continue to be that the perception of LSU, I think, begins to change next week. And I know I've said this before, but for the benefit of those who haven't heard it, do you know who Texas added in the portal?
No, I don't.
Do you know who Georgia added in the portal?
No, I don't.
Do you know who Alabama added in the portal?
No, I don't.
Do you know who Ohio State added in the portal?
No, I don't.
Significant ads for USC in the portal?
Couldn't tell you.
Let's go through the top 10. Texas, Ohio State. You know who Penn State added in the portal?
No.
Clemson.
Nope.
Clemson added the defensive end from Purdue.
Okay.
That was a guy that everybody wanted. That's one. I can't remember his name, but everybody wanted him. Georgia, Notre Dame.
Couldn't tell you. No.
Like they lost. I mean, the quarterback Leonard's gone. Who's going to play quarterback at Notre Dame this year? Like I forgot offhand. Point is, like, we're going to learn all of these things. But you know who's going to play quarterback at Oregon this year? Dylan Gabriel's gone.
Oh gosh, I saw the kid's name the other day actually in Heisman rankings, and I forgot.
It's Dante Moore.
That's it. Yes,
who started
from UCLA.
at UCLA. And,
Yes,
who was a big recruit, but again, it's a new quarterback.
Yes.
My point is, we go through the offseason, and we are hyper-focused in the offseason on the team we care about. Like that's the reality. When you get into the season, you're watching everybody's games. You watch your team's games, but you spend Saturdays watching everybody's games. And so you learn about other people's teams, what you like, don't. But like in the offseason, you are hyper-focused on your team. So like we all know what LSU did in the portal. Like I know who Braylon Moore is. If I go to Knoxville, Tennessee and go on radio with Jason Swain, I guarantee you he has no clue who Braylon Moore or Josh Thompson is. But I guarantee you if I went on radio in Tuscaloosa, Alabama today, nobody has a clue who A.J. Halsey is. Zero. A DB from Houston? Nobody has a clue. Like, I didn't know who A.J. Halsey was until LSU signed him. And then you start digging and realizing, he led the nation in interceptions, was an all-conference safety. LSU makes sense. My point is, I don't think people who are putting together their rankings, projections, etc., know what LSU has added. Next week, they're all going to know. And everyone's going to start to go, oh, you got a fifth-year senior and the most experienced quarterback in the conference returning. Harold Perkins is healthy, and you added all that in the portal? Oh, and then you look at the schedule, which actually is favorable. Like, I understand. Opening at Clemson is tough. I'm not saying it. And you got to go to Ole Miss and to Bama. Every SEC schedule is tough. Like, there is no easy SEC schedule. But you avoid back-to-back road conference games. And in all of your toughest games, you have a relative layup before it, right? You play Southeastern before you go to Ole Miss. You have an open date before you play South Carolina. You've got Vanderbilt before A&M. You got an open date before Bama. You got Western Kentucky before Oklahoma. But my point is, all of your toughest games, you get a little bit of a layup before them. So there's not this brutal back-to-back anywhere on your schedule. And I think that shapes up really well for LSU. And I think next week is when you're going to start to hear a lot of that. Some know, like J.D. Buckel's been one of the guys from On 3 nationally who's kind of gets it. Like he's been one of the ones nationally who's kind of banging that drum. I don't think most people know yet, but they will after next week. That's the point of something like Media Days. It's when you start to have those conversations, you realize, like they're actually going to be really, really good. So that's when I think this all starts to change. At least the perception of it all starts to change. All right. It is After Further Review. Glad to have you aboard with us here. Brought to you by Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com, with locations all over South Louisiana. You're never far from a Shaw Bills location. Started in Morgan City, moved up to Baton Rouge, over to Lafayette. I'm telling you, if you're taking that last road trip, you need new tires, tire rotation, oil change, any type of auto work done, they can help you out, and they're going to treat you like family. You know, it's amazing when you think about Shaw Bills. This is a company that literally has a customer bill of rights. They believe these are the things that you as their customer are entitled to, and they expect every one of their employees to know that. So that's when I say they treat you like family. It's not just a slogan. It's something everyone there lives by. And when you have this exceptional customer service experience, you want to come back year after year after year. It creates tremendous loyalty. They've done that for more than 50 years now. It's Shawbills. Shawbillstire.com. Shawbills, where we keep you rolling. Okay, y'all. It is after further review. When I got our final break of the show, we'll come back. We'll do Ask Ryan, even though Terrio's not here. Stay with us. It's AFR.
AFR.
Action Industries is a proud partner of LSU Athletics. ActionINDINC.com. Action Industries Incorporated. That's the website. ActionINDINC.com. ActionINDINC.com for Action Industries. Remember, over at Action Industries, they do have the Advanced Turnaround Group. That is their turnaround division. And their turnaround division over there at the Advanced Turnaround Group, all they ask is just for an opportunity to bid your next job. They just want an opportunity to bid your next job so you can experience the difference with the Advanced Turnaround Group. They have 24-hour availability for emergencies. At the Advanced Turnaround Group, they offer specialty welding. You're going to get personal attention, which sometimes is the differentiator between Action Industries, the Advanced Turnaround Group, and the mega contractors. It's that personal attention. These are people whose entire careers are centered around turnaround work. It's the Advanced Turnaround Group over at Action Industries. Action Industries, proud partner of LSU Athletics.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
That's all you'd ever hear me say. But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get what I want. Since you've been gone, how can I put it? You put me on. I even fell for that stupid love song.
All right, wrapping up Friday edition of AFR. Next time we talk, of course, we're brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Next time we talk to you, we will be in Atlanta, GA, over at SEC Football Media Days. Our coverage will be presented by Parrish Construction and Roofing. LSU and Ole Miss will kick off Monday, so starting with a bang. We will have the opportunity, I've already confirmed, to talk to Brian Kelly and each of the players individually, Garrett Nussmeier, Whit Weeks, Chris Hilton as well. So very much looking forward to starting that day off early with the Tigers taking their turn. It'll be a real fun ushering into this offseason. Quick reminder about Evermore, EVAMOR, evermore.com. Hot. Stay hydrated. You can do that with Evermore. Available at great local retailers. Of course, online at evermore.com, EVAMOR, evermore.com, evermore.com. Always have my big 64-ounce bottle with me every single day. This one's empty already. Finished it. Might need a second today. EVAMOR, evermore.com. Drink a Louisiana product, y'all. It's a great product, tastes great, natural artesian water. Right there on the North Shore. You're supporting a great Louisiana company as well. Evermore. EVAMOR. Evermore.com. Bronson. Ask Matt. What do you think of the UFC on the White House lawn?
Whoa. That's not the name of this segment.
Oh, it's Ask Ryan. Ask Ryan. What do you think of UFC on the White House lawn? I think so. The president talked about doing a UFC event at on the White House lawn in conjunction with the 250th anniversary of the country next year.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't see that.
I love it. Can I go? I mean, I'll be in New Orleans next Saturday. I've gone to Vegas. I've gone to Houston, Dallas, Atlanta for UFC.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue?
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Richard, ask Ryan. Is Ryan's 38 beach house close to the Backstreet Boy whose wife is always yelling at people on the beach? Oh, I don't know that story.
Excuse me? Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Okay.
I'd like to know that.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I'll say it is.
Stephen Walzak said, Kelly Clarkson with a 2025 release. Where have you been?
Oh, okay. She's back. Good Kelly.
You thought she was...
I did, man. I'm sorry. I haven't really heard any hits. So, I like Kelly Clarkson.
Carla Sharp noted, hey, Tigers and Pros, Alex Bregman plays tonight.
He does. I'm pretty excited to see that, man. Fired up. Hope he doesn't wear the collar.
Scott said, question, is LSU able to make these hires due to not having Bo Davis' salary? No. We're talking about support staff salary members. Remember, you've had a lot of turnover there. Jordan Arsamont left to go work for an agency. Preston Tiffany left to go work for the Philadelphia Eagles. Some staff members like Nick Brissett, Jacoby Stevens were let go, and they weren't subsequently replaced. Jazz Smith, the director of football operations, is no longer back, and they promoted from within. So there've been a lot of shuffling of the chairs, but man, it's been a heck of a week for LSU athletics and LSU football. All right, it's going to do it for us here on this Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Muse Paulie, appreciate y'all. If you miss anything, catch AFR on demand. We're Wheels Up on Sunday. We'll be at Radio Row from SEC Football Media Days Monday in Atlanta.
AFR.
Brought to you by Supper Club. The weekend is upon us. If you're looking for something to celebrate or just a reason to get out, why would you go anywhere other than Supper Club? The best place to celebrate anything, a birthday, an anniversary, a graduation, a promotion at work, a major life event, get by Supper Club because you're going to have the greatest dining experience, the food experience, literally experiences you can't have anywhere else. Things like the Japanese, the omi beef, the herb beef, which are you literally can only get at a handful of restaurants in the world. Supper Club. It sounds wild to say, but that herb beef, the omi beef I tell you about, Brandon had to join a Japanese beef cooperative just to have the opportunity to buy that beef. There's like 5 restaurants in the country that sell it. One of them's right here in Baton Rouge, Supper Club on Perkins Road. But the experience always is out of this world. It's Supper Club. Get your reservations today at supperclubbtr.com, supperclubbtr.com.